Let's move on to Manchester United and the future of that man, Jadon Sancho. Now, if you were watching the transfer show last night, they discussed this deal at great depth last night. Ade, where do we stand at the minute?
Well, not as exciting for Wolves fans. I mean, not as exciting for Man United fans as it is for Wolves fans. I have to be very honest with you. It's gone very quiet in Germany. I'm going to steal one of Cave's lines yesterday, and that was willing. So it's not even if he wants to move to Manchester United. We know he wants to move. It's not like he's going to force a move out, but he is willing and he's open to it. We know personal terms have been agreed in principle right now, but he's at a good club with good young players and he's happy there. The problem I see for United with this one is that if this move doesn't materialise now, then, I mean, next season's going to be even tougher for United. They think it's tough now. Next season's going to be even tougher. You can imagine the likes of Real Madrid, Barcelona, Juventus, PSG, even Liverpool. All these clubs will be interested next summer. So Manchester United, but look, this is the thing for Man United's fans as well, who will be upset hearing this news. Let's not forget that a lot of their big business in the last couple of windows has been done very, very late. Harry Maguire came in for big money 2nd of August. Bruno Fernandes, who's been excellent since he came in on the 29th of January. So late business has been done, so it's not dead yet. I think, though, United will be forced to go into the transfer window because of that result against Crystal Palace. It wasn't a good result. The fans aren't happy. But if they do have money, should it be spent further back? That's the questions that are being asked. Should it be on a centre-back? Should it be on a left-back? That's the question. So the latest right now, willing, but not forcing a move out of Borussia Dortmund.
Adi, I just want to pick up on what you were just saying, because I think I've got a message for Manchester United's director of, or however they recruit model, they sign players. Manchester United, this is your chance to sign Jadon Sancho. The world's elite right now. Look, they're being cautious with their money, or they're staring into a financial abyss. Whereas Jadon Sancho, we all know he's your top target. He's a player that instantly improves your starting 11 on day one, and he fits the ethic of what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is trying to build. A young, British, exciting player. He couldn't do any more to prove he's the future face of a franchise. And look, you really want to sort of delay testing the waters? At the moment, you have unblocked access to a star. And as Adi said, it may not be that way next summer. Do you really want to compete against the likes of Real Madrid, Barcelona and Bayern? Because they will all be interested if he lights up the Bundesliga again. Look, Manchester United, you just lost to Crystal Palace. You had 76% possession in that game and only 4 shots on target. And yes, look at the backups. Look at Perisic. Look at the likes of Coman. But do you really want some perennial bench warmer from a big European club? Or do you want an absolute star? You're Manchester freaking United. Start acting like it.
Wow. Interesting.
There we go.
Yeah.
We can have a little breather there. Anton, if you like.
Thanks,
while you do, let's hear from the Manchester United manager, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who was pretty tight-lipped about any incomings and outgoings at the club.
There was a start today for Jesse Lingard. Obviously, a lot of speculation about his future. What can you say? Does he have a future under you?
Yeah, I thought it was bright. I thought he's getting closer to a goal. He's got legs and bright and busy today, I thought.
Are you still hoping to bring some more players in before the window closes?
We keep going. We're working with the ones we have now, and then let's see what happens. Then we'll give you updates when something happens and if something happens.
That was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer speaking after the victory over Luton last night. You get the feeling he's probably a little bit sick of those questions about incomings. We're going to talk about Jesse Lingard in a moment, but just on the face of incomings there, Ade, did that sound positive for United supporters?
Not really, let's be honest. But he did kind of leave it on a cliffhanger, didn't he? He did say, look, we're going to work with what we've got, but, and there was that but. So I still think they are trying to work behind the scenes to get deals done. We know, look, they're interested in Jadon Sancho, but I don't think it's just Jadon Sancho. We know Tellez has been linked to United heavily as well. So I think they are trying to get deals done. It's just I think they want to play it very, very cautious. Again, I was here in January where he thought it was a done deal for Haaland. He got his fingers burnt with that deal not happening and Haaland going to Borussia Dortmund. So I think it's a lot of caution for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but I do think they are working behind the scenes very, very hard to get players in. He knows he needs players. You don't have to tell him. He knows he needs a centre-back. He knows he's probably looking at a left-back, and he knows he needs another player in attack, especially when you think of Igalo. Remember, that deal was up in January, so he knows he needs cover for Igalo as well. So they're working on deals. We just don't know which ones yet.
Well, let's talk about Jesse Lingard. We heard Ole Gunnar Solskjaer say there that he was bright and busy. Look, Manchester United at centre-back, anyway, there's lots of supporters asking, well, do they need to sign a centre-back? Should they sign a centre-back? The answer might well be within that squad already. So is the answer for Manchester United's squad depth already within their squad at the moment with Jesse Lingard? Is he the answer to midfield depth and forward line depth?
No, he simply isn't. You wonder if his time has come to an end at United. Look, he had that amazing season in 2017-18 where he scored 13 goals. Look, played fantastic. But his playing time has gone down since then. Goals have dried up. Jesse Lingard has 33 goals in 208 games in total for United, and that's just not good enough. That's why he's lost his starting place in the team. Last season, yes, limited time on the pitch, but 1 goal, 1 assist, and 1 big chance created. 2018-19, 27 appearances, but the stats weren't much better. 4 goals, 2 assists, 5 chances created. It's just not good enough. It really is not good enough for a team that does attack, a team that does create chances. And I do wonder if Jesse Lingard is served elsewhere. We know Mourinho has looked at him and talked about him and likes him as a player. Could that be a possible move to Spurs? I just don't think he's a fit now at United, because I think he doesn't create enough, doesn't score enough, and doesn't assist enough. And I think United needs someone that can do that. And Jesse Lingard, look, the stats there. You saw the stats. The stats just doesn't say he can do that anymore.
I'm not going to criticise Jesse Lingard for backing himself to succeed at Manchester United, though. And if he truly, look, we all know how good a player Jesse Lingard can be.
Do we, though? We all know Jesse Lingard was a good player for 1 season. That 1 season.
We saw it.
33 goals for United.
It happened. It physically happened.
It happened, but it was 1 season. It's been inconsistent since then. And for United, remember, we're talking about the biggest club in the world. You can't have that inconsistency. You've got to be consistent. And his stats would tell me that was a fluke season. You could argue and say that was a fluke season because he's not done it again. He hasn't produced the goods. And this is the team that creates chances. This is the team that scores goals. Why does he not create chances? Why does he not create assists? And why doesn't he score goals? We can't keep making excuses for Jesse Lingard. I keep hearing excuses for him, but again, the stats don't back up those excuses. He simply isn't good enough for United.
Well, I think from his point of view anyway, that there would be mitigating circumstances in terms of injuries and things that he's had to deal with off the field as well, which we won't go into. But I mean, Manchester United fans are getting in touch with us this morning. Jimmy saying, this is directly to you, Anton. Wowzers. Love that rant.
Thanks,
absolutely
mate.
Zero chance we will sign Sancho.
The rant was good, though. The rant was good.
So some of the Manchester United fans, another one coming in, though, saying, I don't agree. This is from Ugly Bear. I don't agree with you, Anton.
I hear that a lot.
Manchester United and Ed Woodward standing tall and strong and not giving in to Borussia Dortmund's demands of over £100 million. And
I get that.
That is what Borussia Dortmund have asked for. And by the sounds of it, what we know, they're not going to accept anything less than that. And all the noises coming out of Germany is that this deal is over pretty much, in the fact that United haven't come to the table with an offer. And if they do, it has to be over £108 million.
I will say though, Dave, I mean, you saw in the interview briefly there with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer when he's asked about transfers, just how understandably frustrated. And we saw that exactly the same when we were doing the show last year when we were talking about the Harry Maguire pursuit. And you can't blame the guy for being frustrated because he knows the player he wants. He's gone out to the club and said, look, this guy's going to make us better. So, look, I completely understand the economic side of it, don't get me wrong. But, again, there's only so long that you can deal with a frustrating situation.